Just follow it, all right? So we're in Lakeland, Florida. We have I'm going to show you an example just of a sprinkler repair. When you have all the proper tools, of course, it makes it a lot easier to repair. I've not uncovered it, but I have my systems that I just really easy to fix if you know what you're doing. First thing you do is just always, I don't know anything that what's underneath there, but the water is leaking from under the ground. So I just cut the grass. When you're doing a sprinkler repair, you want to make sure you cut the grass around like sort of like a cake. You don't want to damage. You don't have to damage the sod. And you can just push it to the side like that. All I'm doing is exposing the area completely, so I can see what I have to do. We have a pump that takes the water out. What I'm doing is just exposing it now for right now. You can see when I'm digging this out, I put the dirt on top of the grass so that way I can just put the grass back on there. So what I'm going to do next is grab a pump. I'm going to grab a pump. We have a pump where we can take everything out. So this is what I used to take the water out because it gets flooded all the time. But it's a very easy way to expose the area, so that way I can discover what I need. So now the sprinkler is here. All I do is take the water out. Sometimes these pumps get my radio to make sure you can hear me. So sometimes these pumps get stuck. That's for us using it all the time. This one is pretty stuck. We got something in there. But I want to show you just without no editing, and just show you the things we come up with when you have everything right. Of course, you know, with lawn sprinklers, your main important thing is that you have the proper tools. I'll tell you right now, I try to use only commercial or high quality couplings because it makes a huge difference. So after I've taken part of the water out, at least I'm able to continue my digging. And this is pretty deep. So here's the flex pipe. And I can notice that, you see this section here? Seems like they ran over it with the mower. No, actually, as I'm turning it, it's giving me like some kind of wobble on it, so it wasn't installed correctly. Yeah, and somebody punctured it. You can see that's punctured with, when they come install pest controls or something, they always hit like sprinklers or hit some kind of main line, and then by just doing a puncture on that hose, or if they hit a main line, it's even worse because they won't even notice it. You just see the saturation add up in the lawn. So here I have this, just exposing this. All I need to do right here, and I already know what to get. So I'm gonna, with flex pipe, you wanna make sure you put primer, so that way you clean it up. And I'm gonna use the same kind of coupling. And since it's pretty deep in there, for some reason I guess I need to get a new pump. That one's not working anymore, so I'm just gonna dig further down so that way the water can at least sit down in the floor. There you go. Okay. Now I've exposed it. Let me grab my tools that I need. So I need a 90-degree elbow, half inch, to mill, thread it. So simple as, let me make sure I put my stuff around, right? Just finished the welcome project. So here's what I need, just that. And of course my primer and my glue, and we should be good. Let me grab my sprinkler. This project wasn't that sprinkler was pretty simple. Most of the times what I find is that the sprinkler is just connected directly to PVC pipe. And when it's connected directly to PVC pipe, it's more easily broken because the mower goes over it. This is one of the examples I was saying. So let's imagine that instead of having this flex pipe in here, you would have had just a straight line PVC. And then the sprinkler would sit on top like that. So when the mower goes over it, it'll break off really easily. So this application with the flex pipe really extends the life of the sprinkler. So here, I'll just cut it from here. And then make sure that when you're doing this repair, you want to clean it with your primer, because this flex pipe, over time, what happens also, it shrinks and hardens up, and the connection won't be that good. So this is important that you always put your primer on this flex pipe. So we got that, and here we're doing my primer. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Just put this on here. Just apply it generously. I always use, like, you see how much glue I put on there? When I slide it on there, that gives me like a sort of like a line how far deep when that sprinkler went in there. So that's good. I put a little pressure. I leave a little pressure on it so that way it just holds in place, because this coupling sometimes tends to push itself off the flex pipe. You see, simple like this. We have a new installation of a sprinkler here, and I want to make sure that it's further in the ground so I can just dig down there and bring it down further. When I do this, when I bring this back up or fill this back in, I'm gonna have to grab some topsoil. You see, I'm gonna look around somewhere in the property so I can grab some topsoil, and I can make sure this is completely compacted. So whenever the mower or anything goes through here, this will not break at all. So now every time that you do a sprinkler, it's important that you dig around the sprinkler first so you can know what you're working on completely. And another thing, don't use just a very inexpensive coupling. It's better to pay a better type of coupling, like Lasco is a really good product. You won't have any problem. It really extends the life of the repair. So I'm just gonna finish this video. We finished just a simple sprinkler repair. I'll show you more videos later on going forward. It'll be a little bit more complex than this. This was a pretty simple sprinkler repair, but I do like hundreds of these all day. Thank you for watching.